Just jump out, just jump out of the plane, like in Grand Theft Auto, and you see the fucking plane, and you forgot your parachute though. Um, wasted. That was my Grand Theft Auto impression when you're wasted, but I don't think it was as effective as the actual series though. Oh, it's funny. Before we get into finance and stuff, actually, Rockstar released a timeline for their next Red Dead Redemption game.
Okay, how long do we have to wait?
So it's 2024 right now. I think Red Dead Redemption 2 came out maybe 2018, Yeah, I think 2018 that game came out. It was like 6 years old. Still lauded as one of the best games of all time, right? Still very beautiful too, might I add. They're looking at a release timeline of the 2030s. And I think that's fair because Rockstar only fucking makes banger games. They put so much time, effort, energy. They don't really care so much about how long it takes to release, because especially after Grand Theft Auto 5, when you have now the online functionality and you can add a lot more to it, it just extends the life of the game significantly. So, I mean, there's really no rush to put something out. I think the last Grand Theft Auto came out in 2013, 2011 maybe. I don't remember. And it's still going. They still make new content for that shit. So Rockstar has a model that I think is fucking sick.
No, for sure.
And their games are beautiful. They have to be. The trailer for Grand Theft Auto 6, it was bananas.
I haven't seen it.
It's been a while. It's been out for a while. And then there's gameplay and stuff like that you can see online. I don't know if it's leaks or whatnot. I don't even know if it's real, to be honest. But the trailer, the actual the reveal trailer was just bananas. Like it's in Miami, or Vice City rather, and you just, I mean, there's police body cam footage. There's girls twerking on top of cars, like obviously drugs and shooting and violence and everything you come to expect from a Grand Theft Auto game. So I'm thinking, Jesus, man, I can only imagine what this is going to look like when it's all said and done. But there comes to a point, though, where can we even distinguish with our eyes? Like the 4K, 8K? Like, what's the difference visually for a human person? Because there's obviously a difference between 4K and 8K. But for us, like, can we really notice that difference? I don't know. Blue light. Hey, if you're curious what we're talking about, this blue light and red light, check out our previous episode. We actually we had a pretty good conversation about it, breaking it down for the world. Yeah, no, absolutely. And so I definitely encourage people to check out the channel. We're throwing up new content every week, man, and I think our content's pretty good. So, and for all 17 subscribers, we made it to 17, dude. I remember we had 9, and then that one motherfucker. It's all right. He or she left for their own reasons. I'm not mad at them, but they left. They unsubscribed. I don't know. Yeah, it's a little extra. Right? So we were down to 8, but now we've jumped up to 17. So I think that's pretty cool. It was a sacrifice. Speaking of sacrifices, have you ever seen Jennifer's Body? So I was telling you off camera, my wife and I, for Halloween, we went to this film screening. It was supposed to be a local filmmaker screening their original film. And the event started at 8:30. Yep. The problem was, though, is that for an hour, we were just sitting there fucking in the cold. Yep. I guess the filmmaker, those the art types, right? The avant-garde, like, well, I mean, people showed up. There's quite a few people there. Well, I mean, so they had their event on Eventbrite. So they got a number. I'm sure they had a number of people that registered for the event. But the problem is that people came. It was pretty full for the most part. I mean, I don't think they were expecting more than 15, 20 people. Right? It was a small coffee shop. It was their first event. But it was a little frustrating because people started leaving I was just waiting too long, and it's cold. And so, like, we were contemplating leaving. Like, hey, we'll give him till this time. We'll give him till this time, because we want to give people the benefit of the doubt, right? And so, but the filmmaker didn't come, and we can only speculate as to why he didn't come and show his, and it was a local Long Beach filmmaker too. So I was really excited to see what we had in store, but didn't show up, probably because it is not ready. My heart is not ready. They cannot see it. They cannot understand. You know, I'm thinking he's probably one of those guys.
Shots fired.
Shots fired. Nothing against the art community. I respect you guys significantly. Just sometimes you gotta be bold, take action. Or maybe he just didn't want to show up. He's like, not enough people. This is the world premiere of my movie. I would have reviewed it right there.
Yeah.
But then, so the actual coffee shop screened Jennifer's Body, and it was a good movie. I liked it a lot. So basically, the premise is for Jennifer's Body is you got the ugly girl, who's kind of saying much, right? Amanda Seyfried, not ugly. She's fairly attractive, and Megan Fox, who circa 2009 is an absolute smoke show. Yeah. So in this movie, they're best friends, but Jennifer ends up getting kidnapped and her soul sacrificed by this band who wants to make it famous. So they were sacrificing her to Satan, thinking she was a virgin. Shocker. In the movie, she was not. So the band got famous at her expense, but she became possessed by a demon and was going around and eating all the local youth. It was pretty gory too for a movie like that. I didn't.
This is on Netflix?
No, it was on Blu-ray at this screening. Watched it on a big inflatable screen. I told my wife, I said, man, we're not watching the silver screen, we're watching the inflatable screen. And which, that's why I was upset that guy didn't come and screen his film, because this is the big inflatable screen, and this is your world premiere. So, whatever, man. It was good. But Jennifer's Body is good. You read some of the, the retrospectives, because everybody does retrospectives, right? Man, this in the day it sucked, but now it's good. And that was definitely what they said with Jennifer's Body. And the filmmaker or the writer for the movie and a lot of the retrospective writers, they're like, because of how it was marketed. It was all marketed about Megan Fox and how attractive she was. So therefore, that's why the film failed. It was pretty commercially successful, I think, at the time. But, I mean, that doesn't change the quality of the movie, how it was marketed. It was still a good movie then, I imagine, if it is now. So, but, everybody wants it to make it, they assign their political preferences to these retrospectives, and they use language like bodies. Well, I mean, it's in the title too, but still. Just interesting movie. We didn't conjure any evil spirits. Did I tell you about that movie, Terrifier?
Yeah, you did.
That movie still sits with me, dude. I know I told it already, but I was thinking about that movie the other day. I'm like, oh, fuck, man. Still probably the goriest movie I've ever seen. If you guys want something to watch, check out Terrifier. That whole series, I think it's on Amazon right now. All Hallows Eve, Terrifier 1 and 2, and then go to the theater and see Terrifier 3, if you dare. Ooh, spooky. Well, speaking of scary things, personal finances are fucking terrifying. It can be, unless you educate yourself and you illuminate your mind and you illuminate the road of personal finance, because I don't think personal finances are too scary. As a matter of fact, I think having discipline with personal finance actually gives you the freedom to do the things you want to do. Obviously, there's a bit of self-sacrifice and delayed gratification in certain things, but ultimately, as I'm sure you can attest to, having that discipline to save and build your wealth and build your net worth, even if you're starting from zero, is going to set you up for a lot better future. And the things that you probably wanted in the short term are probably not things that are going to give you real value in your life anyways, right? So with that said, John, personal finance, what are your thoughts, man? Where are we with the education in personal finance? Let's start there.